Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel, this is the channel where we want to think deeply about things. We want to use those things that we think about to help us grow and ultimately to contribute to society. Today I wanted to talk about how important it is for us to deal with our stuff. And before I explain what I mean by that, let me tell you a brief story. So, my family and I took two of our kids. We went to the amusement park. And suddenly you hear a gentleman yelling at the top of his lungs at what seemed to be his son. I didn't see everything that happened, but what I gathered was that something had happened at a playground and the older son had not been so careful and the younger brother got hurt. And the dad completely lost control. He's yelling, screaming at his son. And it's just a really seemed like a really sad situation. A little bit later, I'm walking for another part of the amusement park and I see the father. He's sitting at a bench and he just seems distraught. It seemed like he's really thinking about what happened. It made me think, what causes people to potentially overreact? What causes people to yell, to scream, belittle? What causes people to emotionally abusive, verbally abusive, physically abusive, sexually abusive? And what I think is really important is that for all of us that we deal with our stuff. So we all have past experiences, positive and negative, that have shaped, informed us, and influenced who we become today. Unfortunately, for a lot of us, those past experiences may not be so positive. And while we're not responsible for what happened to us in our past, some argue that we are responsible for how we respond to what's happened to us. Think about that episode. The father yelling at the top of his lungs, oh, how stupid, all these negative words, and how the younger son interprets that. And what that can cause in their mind, what that can cause in their life, and how they can maybe repeat that pattern later on. An amazing teacher, he once said that dysfunction is the gift that keeps on giving. And unless we take a conscious effort to really deal with our stuff, the stuff that shapes us, is particular stuff that has a negative impact on our lives. Maybe it is uncontrolled anger. Maybe it is that you're verbally abusive. Maybe that you're not affectionate in a healthy way. Whatever it is that has a negative impact on our life, we got to deal with that stuff so we don't pass that quote-unquote gift on to our children, to our grandchildren. And what is so cool is that when we take a conscious effort to really deal with our past experiences, our emotions, maybe even trauma that we experience, when we take a conscious decision, when we make a conscious effort to deal with that and to grow and to heal and to become a better version of ourselves, we are going to obviously grow and we contribute. And imagine if I'm a father, if I can really think about like what type of father do I want to be, and to really try to weed out all the things I know are my weaknesses, so I pass on to my kids the best of me rather than the worst of me. And I think it's so easy to pass on the worst of us. And for all of those who are parents, parenting can really challenge your patience. It can challenge your character, because it is a challenging job in many ways. My one tip is, if there's something that you see in yourself that you don't like, behavior-wise, habits, what you think, try and take a little bit of time to do some type of diagnosis. Why do I behave this way? And try and figure out, how can I get to the root of this issue, and how can I grow and change? There's tons of great resources out there online that are also some that are free. I'm gonna give a couple tips, put them in the notes, and hopefully that's helpful. I just want to share that. Thanks for listening. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and hope to see you next time.